there was no beating Carrie Underwood. It was about how far you could get and kind of be in her circumference in a way. But for me, it was better to not just be in the finale with her, and get my butt kicked and then make a crappy record with Clive Davis that no one cared about. It worked out better for me to kind of be the underdog and like fall off a little earlier than that. And people be like, what? That helped me. And to be honest, all these years later, I think that was just good television on their part. I don't think people were getting more votes than me. Like, I think outside of Carrie, I don't know. I can't imagine I was getting, fewer votes than some of the people that ended up finishing ahead of me. But I just think it was good TV. Looking back, being a producer now myself, that's what I would have done. And remember, they were running an expose on Paula Abdul on ABC at the time about her and Corey Clark or something. And that was getting a lot of buzz. And guess what happened that week? They voted me off the show. Smoke screen. It was all over the news. It was all over everything. It ended up trumping the, bad word, but all their headlines and buzz. So it was good TV. It was good producing. Good produce.
So basically, I mean, you just said it, so I don't need to interpret it, but basically what you're saying is that you were sent home as a smokescreen to detract from the headlines that Paula Abdul apparently slept with Corey Clark, a contestant who was probably like 25 years younger than her. And you actually really had more votes than lots of other people, but it wasn't always who had the most votes with Idol.
I mean, you're paraphrasing it, but yeah, that's kind of what I said, I think. Yeah. But if you're Greek, people will tell you I went home because it was Holy Wednesday and people were at church and they didn't get a chance to vote for me. Or they'll say, oh, he did the Nickelback song the week before and it was so average. But it's like, remember, I did the Nickelback song because they pulled this awesome U2 song I had lined up to do, Beautiful Day, which was a huge hit at the time. And we had, remember, it was like on the iTunes commercial and everything. And
it was a good song.
Oh, it was a great song. And it had that great, touch me, take me to that higher place, and I had like the light. It was going to be an amazing moment. Like literally the day before the U2 pulled the rights of the song or whatever happened. So I had to go with another tune. And Nickelback had a big hit at radio because it was current hits of the time. Yeah, and Nickelback, this is how you remind me. And actually, it was a hard song because if you know music, it has these interesting intervals in it. I've been wrong, I've been down, been to the bottom of every bottle, and if you're not really nailing it, hitting it, it sounds a little weird and it doesn't really go anywhere. But I was like, I'm fine. I'll just get through this week and get to something fun next week. And sure enough, I was poof. I had never been in the bottom three. I had a lot of friends on set saying I was getting insane votes. And, all these years later, I've waved the Idol flag for 15, 16 years. No one's been a bigger cheerleader and supporter. But I feel like, yeah, man, it was probably just a really well-produced moment. And, when you have that many people watching and those kind of stakes, let's see, I don't know. I hope they don't get mad at me about it all these years later, but
who in particular do you think you had more votes than that stage?
Well, I mean, who finished above me? Anthony Fedorov, Scott Sable, Vonzell Solomon, and Bo Bice. I mean,
out of all those people, I would say your name is the most recognizable in today's pop culture world. I'm not just saying that because you're here. Bo Bice, well, I think some people would know.
I'm not sure. Bo and I were neck and neck, and would have been. It was me, Bo, and Carrie. I mean, I love the other people and all that, but it was me, Bo, and Carrie, and that was the whole season. It was like, but it's all good. I love me some Vonzell. Anthony's my little brother. Scott Sable, I don't know what he's up to, But we may or may not have had a fist fight or two on the tour. All of us. There was a couple of little mini rumbles backstage going on.
Perhaps after this chat, we can contact Seacrest and there'll be a recount of the votes. We can go to Kelly and Ryan and see if there could be a recount.
Stop the steal of American Idol.
Justice for Constantine. But to your point, you look at like a Jennifer Hudson, like it probably did end up in your favor.